D. The world gives it Jinana into the sun. If you say I'm away, away. Nobody can do me like you do. Nobody but you. Not only you. Wow, you. If you say I'm a gun, wake up.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Power Sessions with Natasha. Today I wanted to talk about African ancient writings because yes, we were the first people to invent writing. When we look at ancient Africa, it has the world's oldest and largest collection of ancient writings and is home to the world's first identifiable what is called Proto-Writing. Evidence of these date to prehistoric time and can be found in different regions of the continent. Africa's oldest writing system is over 6,000 years old. And in contrast, Europe's oldest writing, which is Greek, was not fully in use until circa 1400 BC, which was a clay tablet that was found in Greece, and it's largely derived from an obviously older African script called Proto-Saharan, which is a Middle Bronze Age script that came from Egypt, ancient Egypt. So let's look at proto-writing. How did writing develop in Africa? How did this all come about? The purpose of writing historically has always been to communicate ideas, and humans have been doing this for at least 100,000 years in the forms of engravings. Some have been uncovered, and I don't know if anyone has ever heard of the Blombos caves in South Africa. What was found in these caves was a crossed hatch pattern drawn with an ochre crayon on a ground silkret flake, and it was recovered from about, they say, 73,000 years ago, which was from the Middle Stone Age. These engravings would later evolve into so-called proto-writing or identifiable symbols that were used to convey information but are not known to be part of language. What was also found in South Africa are 60,000-year-old ostrich eggshells with symbolic patterns that are believed to communicate the name of local communities. Try and Google these images when you have time. We also have the Wonderworld cave paintings from northern South Africa. These are circa 25,000 BC that feature hundreds of unique symbols and patterns alongside images of people and wildlife. This whole scenario uncovers an important link in the development of writing by modern day humans. So let's move on to writings that came about from all of this, and let's look at what is called Pro-Saharan writings, right? These are the world's oldest known forms of writing. And they are inscriptions of what some archaeologists and linguistics have termed Proto-Saharan. They are found near the Karga Oasis, which is west of so-called Nubia, that date back to at least 5,000 BC. There are no pictures that I could find to show you of, what these writings look like, but from the records, there is writing under the image or an image that looks like the Nilotic god Seth, that show similarities to later writing systems such as the Tifinagh and Vai, which we will look and talk about in another video. So let's move on to the Nsibidi scripts. The Nsibidi is an ancient script used to communicate in various languages in West Central Africa, most notably by the Ikoi people, right, of Nigeria. Some of the Ikoi people are also found in Cameroon. Nsibidi is also used by nearby people of the Ebe, Efik, Ibibio, Igbo, and Uyanga people. These scripts are believed to date back to 5,000 BC. They are similar to a writing called Kemetic Medu Netta, which we will look at in another video. Nsibidi is a system of standardized pictographics. 500 Nsibidi symbols have been recorded out of the thousands that are believed to exist. The symbols that deal with warfare, when you go into the symbolism, they divided the symbols. The symbols that deal with warfare and those that were sacred were taught to secret groups in control of the arms of government, and then the symbols that dealt with love and affairs and decorations were commonly known amongst the public and were once taught at school to children, So let's look at some of the pictures of the writings, because we need to know what it looks like and how it then goes into a language. Let's look at this Nsibidi inscription and its meaning. This inscription, if you look closely, is lettered from A to K for the purpose of interpretation. And let's look at each letter and what each inscription means. So when we look at this inscription, the record is of an Ipe or judgment case. So on A, you see that the court was held under a tree, which was custom. On B, we see the parties in the case. C is the chief who judged it. D is his staff. These are staff that are enclosed in a circle from when you can see in the picture. E is a man whispering into the ear of another just outside the circle of those who this court case is concerning. F shows all the members of the party who won the case, which is 2 of them. On G, they are embracing. On H is a man who holds a cloth between his finger and thumbs as a sign of contempt, which means he doesn't care for the words that are being spoken. The lines round and twisting mean that the case was a difficult one, which the people of the town could not judge for themselves. So what they did is they sent to the surrounding towns to call the wise men from them, and the case was tried by them. J shows that it was decided. K shows that the case was one of adultery, or number 20. So let's look at another inscription and just some basic inscriptions and their meaning. Here we have the script or word for divorce. We also have a whole sentence saying a table set for drink and meat. We also have the death of a friend shown here at the bottom, and also how to say this land is mine. So guys, Nsibidi scripts were also used to decorate calabashes, clothing items, wall designs, metal-like bronze sculptures, swords, and tattoos on the skin. It was also common with the Igbo, Uri, or Uli graphic design. The Ebe society, which can still be found in present-day Abia State, were often seen to wear particular clothing which had the Nsibidi logo graphic inscribed on it to formal events. And this cloth is known as the Ukara Ebe, which looks like this. Isn't it beautiful? And the men that are also, wearing it to events. Ukara Ebe was made and woven in Abakiliki, which is a town in southeastern Nigeria, and inscribed with the Nsibidi logo graphic in some Igbo-speaking towns such as Aruchuku and Ohafia in Abia State. The impressions on the Ukara have meaning that range from power to wealth and status. However, obviously colonization came into Africa, and because of the transatlantic slave trade, Nsibidi was transported to Cuba and Haiti, where it developed into the Anoforana and Veve symbols. Look them up. Fortunately, those who were taken as slaves to the Caribbean islands like Cuba, Jamaica, Venezuela, and Haiti are still using these writings. Western education and Christian indoctrination drastically reduced the number of Nsibidi literate people. So, We need to learn our history. These languages can be revived if we learn them and use them to rebuild our African societies. There are people who are using these writings today, young people. We can teach ourselves these writings to rebuild a more stable, a more firm, a more self-reflective African society. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, guys. You don't want to miss another video. And thank you.